and complications ensue.
Yes, with us, as you can see, Elizabeth McGovern, who plays Elizabeth, and Tom Hollander, her agent, Leon. Good morning to you both. Lovely to see you. Well, let's talk through exactly what's happening here. Is this just taking the mickey out of agents in the world of acting?
In a word, yes, I would say.
I suppose it is, yeah.
Accurate way to put it.
Give us a sense of the story, especially your character, Elizabeth.
Well, for me, the part of the story that's the most interesting is to look at two people who are in their middle ages who still feel quite young and not ready to be put out to pasture, and yet find that there's no real place for them in the world, particularly in the media world that they've been accustomed to inhabiting in their prior life. So it's the story of their struggle to find that second act that when I look around me, I feel that everybody begins to need in this day and age, because we're living so much longer, we're so much healthier, we feel so much younger for so much longer, and yet the world is so youth-oriented that there's no real place for us there. So it's trying to explore that dilemma.
And to spice it all up, Tom, your character Leon is deliciously appalling as the agent. And when I was watching, I was thinking, this has to be modelled on somebody.
Yeah.
Or a few, shall we say?
Is it?
He's a few different people. There's so many terrible things that go on in the world of agenting that we're spoilt for choice.
Yeah. Shallow, manipulative, lying, deceptive, you name it.
But also with a heart of gold. Does he have a heart of gold? Maybe
if it is, it's somebody else's
No,
problem.
but he's, yeah. Well, and he's somebody who's very good in the office, but you don't really want him living with you.
No.
He's got that mode,
and
the mode of sales and bullying, but he's not so good at the...
And I guess you could both draw on that world of having representatives and hearing stories from your colleagues who perhaps have similar sort of agents. Perhaps there must be some stories.
Well, yeah, it's not. I mean, also, you know, actors come in for some jip in it.
No one escapes.
It's not. I mean, it's a show about some people that you get to know. So with luck, the characters are not just comedy agent, comedy writer, comedy actress. They're people whose nature you get to know and get attached to with luck.
There's sort of an odd, dysfunctional family pulled together by the craziness that is show business, that often marries the most disparate people that would never, if they were thrown into the jungle, they wouldn't seek each other out. But show business, often you find, you know, the swarthy, ugly, short man with the beautiful, gorgeous 25-year-old blonde, and it's, you know, it just wouldn't happen in a natural environment. But somehow,
what concerns me, Elizabeth, is that you are an Oscar-nominated actress who's moved to England, and your character is also called Elizabeth, who's an Oscar-nominated actress who's moved to England. Clearly, there's meant to be some resonance there, or is there?
Yeah, I mean, that's sort of a
Why didn't they call you Lucy? Or...
Well, at first it was very much me. That was the idea, that there would be some sort of frisson in using actual people. And so there are loads of people on the show who are playing themselves, like Richard E. Grant, and Stephen Frears is in it. And but as time has gone on, it's become more and more of a character. I mean, there's really no other way to do it than to let it sort of take on a life of its own.
Yeah.
And then I find myself often saying, well, I wouldn't say this or that, the other, and that's not helpful, because everybody says to me, well, just say it because it's funny, you know.
And when you say everybody else, that includes your real-life husband, who is the show's director?
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
So how did that work?
Say it, yes. Just say it.
That's what
was it like on set?
He treats everybody with kid gloves except his wife, who just, come on, darling. It's very funny.
All right, let's take another look at a clip from Freezing.